very few times that I am speechless. This is one of those times I just can't find the right word. I'm not speechless, but I can't find the right word.
Right, because how do you explain an individual who seemingly comes in with no real game plan, no real
no regard for his
no
own
regard for his own
well-being.
body, no regard for his opponent either, and truly a question as to whether he understands what he's here to do.
Yeah.
Well, we know what he's here to do, and that's your WFC champion, Broken Arrow bad boy Justin Lee.
Well, Justin should definitely have his hands full.
Yeah.
I mean, for
and
sure.
not just from Zeus, but keep in mind the Ward,
Yeah,
Harlow and Barlow out there as well, and they have proven that they are willing and capable of making their presence known when it's needed to be.
And we've seen them in action.
They are an established tag
team. They look pretty good.
Managed by Zachariah. Well, sorry, not Zachariah Zeus, but whatever his other
name is. It's hard to keep up. I'm sure it'll change. It'll probably change next week.
Right? Yeah.
But yeah, so Broken Arrow bad boy Justin Lee here in his hometown to defend the title, the beautiful title over his shoulder there, and getting just all the high fives and the hugs from everybody. And Justin is he's Justin. I don't know.
He'll always be Justin.
I just don't know what to think.
But he is very, very proud to be the
absolutely.
WFC champion.
For sure.
He certainly wants to represent this company. Yeah. He wants to do what he can to spread the message of
definitely
WFC.
A different Justin than we saw a year ago.
Yeah, Well, I mean, when he won the Ryder Cup, that was the beginning of a change for him. All right, let's go to Tuck. Find out what it is that we've got here. What's the stipulation going to be? No count out, no holds barred, blindfold.
I voted for a pudding match.
Well, that makes one of you. Yeah. That's a blindfold match. All right, fans. This is interesting. We haven't seen a lot of these.
No.
I've seen, I think, one around Oklahoma before.
That's one more than I have, Rod.
For the evening, it is for the WFC Championship. And it is a blindfold match. According to the referee, each competitor will be blindfolded throughout the duration of this contest. Introducing first, the challenger. He hails from straight out of the madhouse. He is accompanied to the ring this evening by the Ward. Representing history in the making, this is Zachariah Zeus. And introducing now his opponent. He hails from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. He is your reigning and defending WFC Heavyweight Champion. The Broken Arrow bad boy,
All right, fans, you heard Tuck Davian explain. There, you will have blindfolds placed on both of these individuals. They must compete with the blindfolds on. Beyond that, regular stipulations apply.
Yep.
Pinfall, submission, count out, disqualification.
And you said that you've seen one.
I've actually remembered. I think I've actually seen three. I remembered one in Oklahoma City, and I believe two of them down in Lawton area.
Well, that's more than I've seen. The only one I've seen was on TV, obviously. On
right.
pay-per-view.
I've seen a couple of them.
Ones,
right.
The most famous one is Jake the Snake Roberts versus the model Rick
Martel. Yeah, I saw one also with James Storm and Bobby Roode in TNA. Okay. They had one as well. But you don't see them very frequently because they require a very different mentality and approach towards them. When you take away one of the wrestler's senses, then
got to rely on the other one.
They've got to rely heavily on the other one. But the sense of sight is so important in wrestling because you have to see your opponent. You have to be able to read your opponent as far as what they're feeling, if they're injured, what their body language says, and you want to know what their ring position is so that and where your ring position is so that you know what you can do.
So it would have behooved both Zachariah Zeus and Justin to make sure their gear was washed after the last show.
It always.
That's one sense.
I mean, that's
you could use your sense of smell.
I think that behooves every wrestler in every locker room everywhere. Yes,
us too, actually.
All right, referee Kenny Silva holding up.
I'll tell you what, that's a beautiful belt.
That beautiful belt, absolutely. Belt. I mean, we spent such a long time here looking at the original Hometown Heroes title and thinking that it was one of the most beautiful belts in Oklahoma, if not in the entire region. But that new heavyweight title that's been around for I guess about a year now.
The new Hometown Heroes title with the skyline on it was pretty nice
also
too.
beautiful too.
Definitely get some of the most beautiful. What?
Well,
He's making like a matte angel.
he does that. He does that. Again, Justin Lee trying to get response from the audience, trying to give him a clue as to where Zeus might be. Zeus, meanwhile, just flailing around.
Yeah, just swinging at everything.
And I think Justin a little bit too late there into the corner where he was directed by the WFC faithful. With that arm outstretched, trying to gauge off the response. And yeah, they tell him he's ahead of him, but they can't tell him up or down. They can just tell him the general direction.
Justin walking like he's Frankenstein's monster.
All right.
I mean, you're not going to see a whole lot of technical.
No, you're not going to see a lot of moves here. You're not going to see.
They're going to get a hold of each other and just start swinging.
That's all you can do, right? Once you get a hold, you don't want to let go. That's the biggest. And it's so close.
Look at this.
So like ships in the night, right there, with no idea how close they really were to each other.
So Justin should be listening because obviously he's walking very lightly and Zeus is just flopping. So obviously he needs to probably listen.
He is, but I mean, he's flopping everywhere. That's the thing. He's all over the place. So I think he's doing. If he has a strategy, he's doing that to try and.
You know he doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
He doesn't have a strategy in a normal match.
Again, there we go. There we go. Justin got a hold now. All right, now Justin has to maintain control in the match here. He's got to keep control of a body part, no matter what it is.
If he loses grip, then obviously Zeus
back to step one,
run and hide. Basically.
Yeah,
he doesn't have to hide. I mean,
but he can get some. He can create, but he hopes is some distance.
Yeah.
Again, he doesn't really know beyond where he is. He can just basically wherever he was last released, he runs the opposite direction. Would seem to be the best move as he actually reversed. Okay, so now there we go. Now we're back to square one.
Yeah, we're back to square one. At this point,
but they shouldn't. Oh, look out! Zeus thinks that Silva is Justin, and that's a reasonable mistake.
Yeah.
Because there's a body. You find a body and you grab a hold of it, and if it's the referee, he has to find a way to convince you that, hey, I'm not the competitor here.
I think at this point, maybe the smartest thing to do would be to jump out of the ring and just let the other person. Oh, Justin got him again.
Okay. Both of them tied up. Okay, Justin to the corner. This is very good because Zeus cannot really run from the corner. Justin now up in the mount position, raining down the fists and hoping to connect with that forehead.
He got 10 of them right there.
This may be a mistake, though, backing out, but he's got to assume that he's in the corner, and he's got to move fast because Zeus can move out of there, and if Justin isn't... Oh, look, one of the Ward yanking out. I can't remember which is which right now either. I believe Harlow is the taller one.
That was quick. And the other one's got Justin's foot right now.
Well, while the referee is admonishing one, the other is grabbing a hold and he lifted it up. He did.
Yeah, Zeus had his blindfold up.
And referee did not see that at all.
He was too busy admonishing the Ward, and all of a sudden, Zeus is right there and has it back on. So obviously,
again, the numbers play here comes into effect because we kind of guessed that there would be interference or at least an effect by the Ward in this match. And Justin now has to worry about 3 opponents rather than just the one in the ring.
Not to mention he can't see. That's almost an opponent in itself.
Notice that was an interesting move there. The snap mare by Zeus, but then he forgets where Justin is, and he has to go and find him again.
Yeah.
Again, your typical wrestling moves, which Zeus already kind of, I think, struggles with.
Now he's trying to find him again.
Trying to figure out where he is. He's around here somewhere. There he's got the leg.
If you notice, because he took his mask off and then put it back, a DDT move onto the foot. That's going to mess up an ankle. But, now he's got the blindfold on. It looks like he's almost like the Lone Ranger. He doesn't really have the blindfold on the way Justin does. It's just barely covering his eyes, just barely. But it's enough. And there's a DDT for the other one, too. So now, Justin may have 2 bad ankles. You never know.
Yeah.
That's a good way to hyperextend a knee or an ankle.
And now going to go to work on the arm.
On the right arm. That's a good move, to be honest. And keep him grounded, keep him right in your circle there.
Yeah. Again, maintaining that control. Make sure you know where your opponent is.
Justin trying to use, and he's not left-handed, but got a good shot in and was able to.
It's good enough for the moment, but I mean, I think he's pushing.
We know his eyes.
Yeah, we know that Zeus goes to the eyes ever since the very first match he's had here. Because he loves to dig those thumbs in the eyes.
And that's what really led up to the blindfold match
as an option choice. For there, yeah. Zeus now tying Justin onto that bottom rope, depriving him of that oxygen.
So what, Zeus actually has a decent game plan. He got a hold of Justin. He hasn't let go for a good solid couple of
And
minutes.
that's the scary thing, because that is where the question is raised.
Yeah.
All this insanity that we see from Zeus, is it all an act? Is it all? Can a man truly act that crazy, and underneath it, you be utilizing it as a psychological tactic the entire time? That's what I there are little slips. There are little things like that every once in a while that make me question and go, is he crazy, or is he crazy like thoughts?
I get what you're saying, but it would be really tough for that whole thing to be an act. I mean, let's get real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Zeus now trying to inflict damage on, I believe, the arm and the stomach area. He stacked one on the other there. And again, and now the snot rocket. Oh, I hate that.
all right, well, climbing
And
up.
again, just to get
Another
some,
one.
I don't, yeah.
He only went for 3, but it worked.
That might be as high as he can count. And now he backed away. Now he backed away and loses where he is.
No,
he's looking for the corner. He was looking for the corner. He wasn't looking for Justin.
He knows where he is. Let's see what happens. Oh, wait,
Justin moves, and Zeus dives straight into an empty corner.
He took
too long.
Justin had a 50-50 choice whether he's going to go left or go right to get out of the way.
But now the question is, can he get to Zeus before Zeus gets away? And again, trying to get a reliance on the fans to carry out these. We know he likes to do 3 drop kicks in a row, but in this type of a match, carrying out 1 is amazing. Yeah, that's 2 that he carried off. Can he pull off a 3rd?
But, when he's able to see, he can get close enough to really connect.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's really just kind of
he's great.
He's over there, I'm getting him, but it's not a full shot. Let's put it that way. Here we go.
Justin now over and carries both him and Zeus over the top. Both men down again. Count out rule in effect here.
Yeah.
Both men could be counted out. If either one is counted out, especially if Justin's counted out, he doesn't lose the title. And now the Ward's
Well,
I didn't think this was a no disqualification match.
Well, look, Justin's fighting out of it, so I think Kenny Silva just didn't want to throw the match out.
Maybe he understands. We've seen the referees do this at times. They want to see a winner. They want to see a clean winner. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if maybe, again, while we couldn't see it on camera shot, if Zeus lifted the blindfold again to see how close he was to that second rope.
Wouldn't that be interesting, right? Oh, looks like
Zeus now going to go for the double underhook.
Yeah.
Try to pick him up, I think, and turn him over. But instead, Lee, high elevation, back body drop. Puts his target on there with the help of the WFC faithful.
Reaches out, got the hand, so he knew.
Going to turn him over. Going to try for the future cutter. And he catches it. Hooks the leg and is victorious.
Wow.
Your winner and still WFC Heavyweight Champion.
That was a heck of a match for him for the first blindfold match I ever got to call. Well, that was interesting in itself.
But now I'm concerned because now the blindfold. Well, Zeus is out of the ring. I thought maybe Zeus might take the opportunity. Oh, well, maybe Zeus. Maybe we're not alone.